Okay, quick trip to Savers yesterday. Had some running around to do, so I figured I'd pop in, see what Savers had to offer in our town. Now, in our town, our Goodwill has packed up. They're gone.
See you later, bitches!
It's coming out! I'm avoid myself from disconnecting my head! It seems insane! I'm jumping from the amount.
We no longer have a Goodwill here. So Savers, which was right down the road, has kind of figured this out. And their prices have increased a little bit. Not horrible, but they've increased, I can tell. And it's always packed. I mean, the parking lot is completely filled every time I go there. But anyway, and it's a big facility, so you could spend a ton of time in there. I just, this trip didn't find a lot, but I did find a couple of good items. Spent a total of about $87, $88, I think it was. And I found 4 of these. Now these are military, these aren't military issue, but they've got all the bells and whistles. They've got the zip up on the sleeve, spot for your pens, Velcro on the sleeves there, reinforced elbow pads, the dry fit, kind of breathable chest plate here in the abdomen area. They're the woodland camo. Another zipper here. Zip up. Sorry. Zip, like quarter zip, I guess you would say, yeah. Army combat shirt, they're flame resistant. Team Soldier, U.S. Army certified gear. So maybe they are issued, and the military is just kind of changing their, and made in USA. Their military's changing their label here. You used to get the like the long patch deal, you know what I'm talking about, for military items that gave you kind of a record number. This looks like it has the NSN number. Yeah, it just looks like the military's kind of going with a screen printed on label on some of their garments here. So, excuse me. Anyway, I paid $12.99 each for these. I got 4 of them. And these, I've seen some of these sold comps at like $85. So, you know, hey, if we can, at $12.99, I paid for them. If we can get 25 each, that's $100 for 4 of them. That pays for the haul. So we got 4 of those. That's not all that I picked up. Sorry, I'm holding this thing. I took my gooseneck down for the GoPro. Found these. Now, the one thing we do have going for us in our area is we have an Air Force base really close to us.
That's the fact, Jack! That's the fact, Jack!
So we tend to get quite a bit of the modern military gear. This is not military gear, I don't think. Now, I was wrong on these shirts because of the label, but these are lined camo. They're heavy duty. Looks like we got, I'm just kind of checking these out too. Big back pockets. It's stretchy. The fabric on the shirt also is that athletic, stretchy type of material. These pants are the same, and it looks to me almost like, I'm kind of wondering if these aren't military issued. Zip up side pockets, because just the printing of the camo has that kind of faded into. Now, this isn't traditional woodland camo. I've got some old stuff from my brother. My brothers were both military and had the old woodland camos, and this was not it. This kind of fades into a, you can kind of see the fading. I thought that was wear. It's not. That's kind of how the print is. Anyway, it's got this hook and loop system here on the belt, reinforced kind of vinyl strapping on the button. That's the other side of the belt. I guess you would call maybe the belt loop. or the belt buckle. I don't know why it's like that. That's kind of funky. Anyway, there's that there. $12.99 for these as well. Let me kind of see them here. Okay, there's the pants. $12.99 for these also. There's the lining you can see in there, so they're insulated. And this is the patch. It's Beyond Clothing Systems USA. These are 2XL 42 regular, made in the USA. I almost am thinking these are military. I'll have to search for another patch, but everything about these screams military. So we got those two. $12.99 for those. They don't want to stay up on my photo board, so screw them. They're going to be up there in just a little bit anyway. Anyway, okay, let's move on. And I was just getting ready to take pictures of this, and now I've jacked it all up. Okay, you know what? You go over there. And then on my way out, I found this guy. Now, it's not a complete banger, but for $16.99, $16.29 is what I paid for it. You still see the tag there. This is a Billionaires Boys Club. Just a pullover crew neck sweatshirt. It's pretty heavy duty. Candy immediately accused me of finding a fake one.
Oh, come on, that one's not even real.
Doesn't look that way. I'm often curious, and it's got to speak to what it actually costs to create a garment in a sweatshop in China. Because, you know, a lot, especially like handbags and stuff like that, some of the not the counterfeits, the quality is, you know, to tell that it's a counterfeit, I mean, you really got to have a keen eye. And maybe it's cheaper leather or it's cheaper whatever, but like I said, if this were a counterfeit, because I've seen some of these listed and sold on eBay for $300 and something bucks. Now those are new, but who's paying $300 and something bucks for a pullover crew neck sweatshirt? It's that label right there. And I get it. I understand. I'm a musician, so you know, there's a lot of off-market drums that are, I mean, really they're not as good, but you know, they're serviceable for playing gigs and so forth. But you're paying anything that has DW, Ludwig, SJC, which I play, or you know, Yamaha, Tama, you name it, the big names. I mean, DW is probably the biggest manufacturer of drums in the market right now, and anything that has DW on it, you're going to pay twice as much for. Anything, hardware, shells, whatever, it doesn't matter. So, you know, I get it, but I'm not up on fashion, but I guess Billionaire Boys Club is the shit right now. So anyway, there's the tag. So I did some comps last night, and I found a couple of these sold for a little over $50. I paid $16.29 for this one. So it's got the camo, orange and black camo. It's a sick little sweatshirt, but man, whew, paying for that name, boys. Anyway, all right, so that's it. That's what I got at Savers. Made a couple more trips to a couple more places. Let's check it out, see what we got. Picked this, this is a Vans jacket. It's quilted on the inside. This is the Vans. It's got the Vans badge there. Zip up, and it's a little bit of a longer jacket. The only problem with it is that it's a small. It's an extra small. We paid, let's see, that was $19, so we're $8.50 for that. And I figured if they don't sell because of the size. We have had issues. We've sold some stuff that's extra small, but not a lot. That Candy could wear it. So.
Oh, thanks.
Got that for $8.50. Pulled another. This is a Naruto. It's got a cool graphic on the back. It's a zip-up hoodie, extra large, and I don't know where the price tag is for this. I didn't pay very much for this. I think like $6, which is pretty cool. That'll do okay. We tend to sell a lot of hoodies, but we tend to get a lot of hoodies. So I wasn't familiar with this tag or this brand. Did some comps on it. Seems to do pretty well, depending on what it is. This is a wool blend. It's Jack's New York or York's. It's that, whatever that is. We paid $4 for this. It's a large, but it looks like it seems like it might fit a little bit bigger than large. It's just a flannel, pretty nice. So got that. Grab this Columbia. It's an extra large. Let's see, paid 13, so we paid $6.50 for this. But it's what do you call it? Ribbed, knitted, long sleeve. It's really nice. I've never seen a Columbia sweater like this. It's very nice. Men's XL. This is kind of a throwback. Candy wasn't even aware of what this was. This is the hundreds. My oldest son, he's 30. God, what is he now? 32. The hundreds. He was huge into the hundreds back in the day. It's a half zip pullover hoodie. Really good shape. Used to be kind of like a Famous Stars and Straps, the hundreds. There was Zoo York. Those kind of. And again, some of the ones, some of the hundreds sweatshirts can go for quite a bit of money, but they have like very rare graphics on them. The rest of them are, $28. There's some $10 in here. $29. They did a collab with Jurassic Park apparently, and that one's like $30, $15. Here's one that's similar for about $30. So that's about probably where that's our price point on that, is about $25, $30. Yeah, so we're gonna be right in there with that guy. Let's see, that one was $18. We paid $9 for it. And last but not least, at that bargain basement, thrifty bargain place, $6 for this t-shirt. Usually don't like to go like right. I mean, that's probably my max on the t-shirt. That's the back hit. That's the front hit. I am not familiar with this at all. It's Hookin. Might as well hit the Goodwill. There was nobody at the Goodwill. There was like 3 people inside the Goodwill. And that is, I've found some really good stuff at that Goodwill. I think, in my opinion, it was no different this time. So, I hit it. Let's see, just grab this because we do well with Pendleton. This is a Pendleton t-shirt, men's, just a crew neck t-shirt. It's a 2XL. So I paid $9.99 for that. Some of these are going 19, 10, 18. I mean, I wasn't expecting much for a t-shirt, but it was $10. I got this Cal. This is on Champion Elite Cal, California. This is a Cal Berkeley. College football's ramping up here. It's a large. This is the like tackle twill on there. It's not screen print, and then embroidered Cal. This cool checker pattern. It's a Disney Mickey Mouse, but it's all knitted. That's all knitted into the to the Mickey. So anyway, I think we're probably going to be in the $40 to $50 range on that, and we paid $8.99 for that one. So I'm not sure what this will go for. It's a men's medium. $7 we paid for this. And it's got that graphic on the front, and it says "Hustle on any street" there. So I'm not sure. It's kind of, it's urban wear. I have found a lot of really good shoes at the Goodwill in that town. I found these Kyrie Irvings, and these I paid $50 for. They're big. These are what size are these? I think they're 15s or something like that. Yeah, these are 15s. So these Kyrie Irvings, I paid $50. Paid up for them. They're in really good shape. Now these are Air Jordan Retro 1s. They're black and red. Paid $25 for these. The Retro 1s do really well. Those sell for over $100. And then I got these LeBrons. Now LeBrons don't do as well unless you get the right model. I got these because they're in really good shape. I paid $30 for them, but honestly, they're in very good shape. They're white, so they need a little bit of cleaning. And these are 12 as well, so good size. I think I comped these for probably around $75, $80, and I paid $30 for them. So we're not gonna break the bank on those, but they'll do okay. These are I'm gonna put the comps and stuff because I just haven't had time to do all the comps. So I'll do the shoes first, and I'll put the comps. I'll kind of list the comps here. We paid $17.29 for these. Don't ask me where they get. I don't know where you get that kind of price point when you're selling shoes or whatever. But sometimes we run into some goofy price points. These actually look like they're pretty damn new. They might have never been worn. These are Vans Colt. They got a really cool graphic. They're slip-on, and they're my size. They're 13s. So I don't know. We'll see how much they go for. They might just be a keeper. They got they got the Taoist sign. They've got skull and stuff like that, and fire and road. And
Yeah, okay, we get it.
it's just really cool graphic. And then on the side, it's got side of the sole there. It's got Colt. So those are really cool. These are, what are these? I don't remember. These are 13s also, but I'm not going to keep these. These are Nike Air Jordan. The insoles are gone. I don't understand. I find shoes with no insoles. Maybe somebody had like a Dr. Scholl's or something in there. But these are these blue. I did comp these. These do very well. We paid $17.29 for those. Instigators. Nike Air Jordan Instigators. So we paid $17.29 for these. Here's a pre-owned pair listed for $100. I think they sell for right around there, $80 to $100. These Hey Dudes, these are women's Hey Dudes. They're really small, but they're in great shape. They're almost brand new. We paid $14.79 for these. So Candy may end up keeping these. They're a little bit small for her, but I don't know how Hey Dudes run. And then I got these white Chuck Tees, and I will probably keep these. They're my size, and somehow, some way, my black Chuck tees got lost. I don't know where the hell they are. So, what did we pay for these? $17.29. But the whites are always pretty cool. So, we got those. This is a Puma. We do pick up Pumas. Actually, we pick up Puma quite often, but it has to be the right Puma. This is a Puma collab with Arnold Palmer. This is a golf shirt, men's polo shirt. So it's really cool. Comps really well. I'll put the comp down here. It's got the embroidered Puma on the back neck. But it's a really cool collab, Puma and Arnold Palmer. We paid $8.29 for that. I found a couple of these Vineyard Vines t-shirts. Long sleeve tees. Got the this one has a pocket. $8.79 for this shirt. This is a Disneyland Resorts, but it has the embroidered Goofy on it on the front. You can kind of see there. Really cool color scheme. Long sleeve. What size is this? Is this a small? It is a small. So we may have trouble moving this, but it was $10.29. I don't know the embroidery on it. And Disneyland Parks. I don't know. You know, different things do. You have Disneyland Parks, Disneyland Resorts, Disneyland. You just really have to research the different tags. This is a Ping. We paid $10.79 for this. This is like a half or a quarter zip golf kind of a warm-up jacket. It's very nice. Super nice jacket. It's a large. If it was 2X, I would keep it. But it's insulated, so you can wear it. You know, it's fall now, so you're going to start getting some chilly mornings and chilly evenings if you're out golfing. It's got the Ping embroidered on the arm. Ping, really good golf brand. Mainly grabbed this for the graphic. We were kind of torn on whether to get it or not. We paid $16.29 for it. It's a small. Anything that's gonna like be hard for us to get rid of, we tend to stay away from. But the graphic is pretty sick. It's an Abercrombie and Fitch with the tiger on it. You know, I'm constantly looking for jeans. It's hard for me. Well, I'm sure it's hard for everybody to find. There's a ton of jeans out there, but it's what jeans will sell. Now, I did watch a video the other day of a guy that we. I'll link his page underneath, but I think he's in Cali also, and he used to be Palaio Tech, David Palaio, and he has since gotten into clothing and gotten rid of all of his electronics. He used to be exclusively electronics and has done very well on eBay. So he put out a video the other day. Well, I don't know if it was the other day. I watched it the other day because I am ignorant on jeans, men's jeans that sell. But I did find these. I had to do some research while I was just standing there. And these are vintage Wranglers. And what apparently, there's the tag on the back. These are in really good shape. I got 2 pairs of these. And I guess what we're looking for with these jeans, through some of the research that I did, is on this tag in here, if you've got the 13 MWZ on this tag on the fly, then that's a pretty good pair of jeans. You're not going to be breaking the bank on this. Now, I have found a pair of Junkos before. We sold those for over $200, and I paid $15 for them. This ain't going to be that. But you can get, you know, there's the obvious, the True Religions, vintage Wranglers, and these are good size too. These are 34. These are 38 38s. So we got those, and then I found one more pair of vintage Wranglers with the 13 MWZ on the tag. These are 46 32s. So these are big boys here. and they're black. And these are in really good shape. These are almost brand new. We'll pay for those. $15.50 for those. But I have to, I've got to build up my jeans here because I never have any jeans. And I do try to do the, with the structure of our business, we carry a little bit of everything. So we have clothing, we have vintage items, we have, for instance, Candy picked up on this same trip, picked up a bunch of dishes. I'll snap a picture and post them on here. I generally pick up a lot of clothes, but I do vintage toys and stuff like that. You can maybe see I got some G.I. Joe vintage. Here's that I'm rebuilding. This is a vintage G.I. Joe Dragonfly. Should be done with that pretty soon, and it'll be available. I also have a Striker back here that I picked up for cheap, but they're missing parts, so I got to get the parts and put them on there, and then you can sell them for optimal money. Here's another pair of the vintage Wranglers, $13.99 on these. So here's the other Vineyard Vines. This is a red, white, and blue whale. Oh, he does have a chest pocket. So you can see that. And then he's got some hits on the side. $8.79 we paid for that. Then I found another Yox, or Jocks, or whatever his name is. This one is 30% wool. The other one's 15% wool. So there's the tag on it. This is a black and white flannel. 30% wool. We did get some stuff on an online auction, but most of it was stuff that we're going to keep. So it was for us. And we have another online option that's coming up tomorrow. That's some banger stuff but it's more music. So it's stuff that's for personal. It's for personal items. Some of the stuff on there that might be worth selling, but for the most part, it's personal items. Anyway. With all that being said, that's our haul for the last couple of days. We're going to get this edited up and put out to you guys so you can see it. Yeah, happy fall. It's October 1. Getting ready. All you guys, ladies, you're getting your sexy cowgirl costumes ready and everything else. And dudes, getting whatever the hell you're going to be ready. I don't know. What dudes do. I don't generally dress up for Halloween. However, I am putting together, and we have a Halloween party show, rock and roll Halloween costume party that we're going to have up in Orangevale at the Boardwalk, which is a historic venue. Everybody has played there before. I've played there many times, and they have since ramped up and back up and running now. So the Boardwalk in Orangevale, we're gonna have 3 bands. It's gonna be Cardboard Ringo, that's my band, a band from originally from Dublin, Ireland. They're now located here in Northern California called On Off, and a band from the East Bay called Velvet Grave. So a really good bill. We're going to have lots of fun. It's going to be a killer party. And if you want to go, you can always go to rocktheboardwalk.com and get your tickets there. Just look up, that's going to be November 1st. That's a Saturday. Friday will be Halloween. You can do what you need to do with the kids and then go rock and roll on Saturday. So anyway, thanks for all the support and all that good stuff. We really do appreciate it. We have had some amazing sales on eBay here recently. So with that, thank you. Go check out the stores. The eBay store is JC Mercantile, and the Poshmark store is JC Merc. And you can go to either one of those and buy our stuff. We really appreciate it, and we do really appreciate it. So thank you. And you can always catch your boy right here on YouTube, Punk Rock Picker. Spread the word. You do all the things you need to do here. Share, like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that goofy shit. It just helps. You know, I'm not doing this for any money, but it would be nice to get some eyeballs on the stuff that we're buying and selling. And then put your questions and comments in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to answer for you. Anything I know, which isn't much, but I'm willing to share what little knowledge I do have with all of y'all. So, all right, we'll check you out here in a couple weeks.